Hello! As you probably know, Roblox has a limitation of 4,000 triangles or tries per accessory. So today I'm going to show you various ways that you can remove those tries and verts to make sure that you hit the proper goal of under 4,000. So you'll need to have the scene statistics on. If you're not sure how to do that, make sure to go and watch my video where I talk about how you can list the amount of tries you have per object on Blender. So first of all, we need to hide this guy, and I'll show you the first way that you can make sure that you remove triangles and verts, and that is we have extra verts right here. We don't need these, actually extra faces. We don't need these. When I mirrored the object, it doubled up. And so I'm just going to remove those. And I do so easily by highlighting on the faces, hitting delete, and deleting the faces. Of course, I'm going to make sure that everything is together so I don't have any trouble. And I can always go back and into object mode to see that I've kept the proper shape, which I have. Now, the second way that I can make sure I do not have extra verts is to go over to the vert tab, okay, all the dots, hit A for all, and M for merge, and I can merge by distance. This will let me know if I have any extra vertices that I didn't need. As you can see down below, I did not, and so that didn't help me in this case, but it can be helpful in other times. The third way is to move now into edge mode, and there are times, especially where your object is flat, that you don't need all of these edges. So I'm going to go through now and be sure to delete some of these extra verts and extra edges that I do not need. Now, if I still had this mirrored, I could just mirror the item. I don't, so I just want to make sure that I'm picking the right ones, and that way it will have symmetry on both sides. So I highlight the edges. As you can see, I used Alt-Shift to make sure to click them all at once. Then I hit Delete, and I can dissolve the edges. I don't want to delete them. I may accidentally say delete, but you're going to dissolve them. And that way, you're not deleting any part of your actual accessory. You're just dissolving. And then you want to check in object mode to make sure that it's held its shape. Once you've done that and you go through, you can see I started out, if anyone noticed, with over 9,000. I was over double the amount. I had 9,700 something. I've almost already gotten rid of 1,000 triangles. So we're moving right along. I just need to go now through and continue to remove any extra unnecessary areas for the edges, and I dissolve them and make sure they've held their shape. Now that shape was changed a little bit, so it's too drastic, and that's why you just go back and forth and make sure that you are holding the shape that you want so that you don't lose any of the look that you're after. Now that is probably okay. Yeah, that still holds that curved line, but it keeps the shape. So I'm just going to go through now and remove edges. Let's see how many did that remove. I'm already down to 8,700, right? So I'm just slowly removing them and checking to make sure that I haven't lost any of my shape when I do so, because I don't want to have any problems. So I'm going to go through and delete some more of or dissolve some more of these edges, and then I'll get back with you with another way you can do this. Okay, now that I've removed some of those extra edges, and I can remove a whole lot more, but I want to just go ahead and show you a couple other ways that are a little bit faster. They are sloppier, but if you can hold the shape, it really doesn't matter that much, okay? What you can do is, here's object mode, but we'll go into edit mode, and you click on mesh and clean up. Then you click on limit to dissolve, and it will remove based upon the percentage you want. Right now we have it at 5%. And the idea is it's supposedly going to hold your shape, okay? So if it doesn't, then you definitely don't want to use it. But as you can see, it's removed a lot of the things that I wanted to keep, like those sharp edges. That's the blue that gives the puffer jacket its vibe. So it's not really working in this case, and it's even creating some problems, all right? So we're going to undo that. But that is another way, and to be honest with you, I use it quite a bit. But in this case, it's just not going to work because we need those crisp, clean edges. Another way that you can do this is go into object mode, okay? And you can add a modifier. You go over and generate the decimate, okay? And so you are going to decimate your object. So again, it's going to be sloppy, but it'll get it down. Well, as you can see, I'm no longer wearing a puffer jacket, am I? Okay, but this is another way to take away some of those tries, all right? Now, I do not prefer to work on the add modifier decimate. I actually, again, go into edit mode, and I hit mesh, clean up, and decimate geometry here. Then I can actually see and go very slowly and see how it's going to do for me and get that down. But as you can see in this case, it's removing all of those lines that is creating that puffer jacket look. So I am going to have to go and undo this and take my time and go through and really edit those edges like I showed you before. But normally you don't need to have such definition. Another way to do this is to not highlight all of it. Highlight a section, right? And just clean up that area, okay? Then it's going to hold in the shape that you want. Well, I didn't. I just did a quick job here. But it's going to hold the shape, obviously, where you didn't highlight, right? And that's another way to get you down on your verts. Now, let's take a look at how this vest is looking, or puffer jacket, in the game. I think it turned out quite nice. And it's not a layered clothing item, so we don't have to worry about some of the things that involved with a layered clothing item. And the good news is we got it under 4K verts. Now there's a lot of ways that you can do all of these great tips when it comes to Blender and Roblox. There's no wrong answer, unless, of course, it doesn't meet the expectations of Roblox. But never forget that everyone has its own style, and I hope that these videos are helpful to you. If they've been helpful, be sure to hit that like button. And if you'd like some custom UGCs from me, like this vest or even the dog on his head, I made that as well, then please be sure to hit me up because I'll make a custom UGC for you. Just join my Patreon or send me a message. Thank you so much for watching. I've really enjoyed spending time with you, and I hope you've enjoyed spending time with me. Bye-bye.